I'm Krystle. I've loved dolls my whole life. I collect everything from porcelain to cloth, American Girl, neonates, and real care dolls. But my favorite is to collect and make Reborn dolls. There's Chloe, Grace, Jeremy, Maya, Yuki, Savannah, Zoe, Haley, Landon, Maisie, and Joshua. It isn't easy keeping up with my collection, but it sure is a lot of fun. Hi everyone. So I am here to do the name reveal of my Tobiah kit, as well as his story, his stats, and his details up close. So let's dive right into it. I'm not going to keep you guys waiting any longer. This baby's name is Noah. So everyone, welcome Noah to my channel, to my home. He is the Tobiah sculpt by Laura Lee Eagles, and he was painted, so his arms, his legs, his head, his eyebrows, his painted hair, all of that, all the painting was done by Michelle Kite from Michelle's Country Cradle. And I'll link to her Instagram and her Facebook page in the description of this video if you guys are interested. She's a fantastic artist, and in my opinion, for the work that she does, her pricing is very, very reasonable and affordable. Even more so if you want to assemble your baby yourself. If you just want her to paint the kit, it's even more affordable. So I'll just say that I really like her pricing. Fantastic, and she does fantastic work, and she works quickly. I mean, I sent him to her at the end of February, so I guess she probably got him like beginning of March, and he's already home. So she works really, really fast. And then his eyes and his rooted eyelashes were done by my friend Angela, his Auntie Angela. And so that's basically his story. He doesn't have much of a story, but he just, yeah. Because that's how I did Joshua, is I had Michelle paint the kit, and then Angela did his eyes, eyelashes, and assembled him for me. And I loved how that collab came out, and I wanted to do it again because Michelle, she hasn't mastered rooting eyelashes yet. Neither have I. I really need to learn though. I really want to learn how to do it. I know how to root lashes on closed-eyed babies, but open-eyed I haven't figured out yet, and I haven't attempted it. Michelle doesn't know how to do it yet, so she does the glued-on eyelashes, and there's nothing wrong with glued-on eyelashes. If they're really glued on well, they can hold up and they're good. But I find that they're more delicate, and I find that they can bend very easily. So like when you're someone like me who likes to be hands-on with their babies sometimes and cuddle them, I find that my reborns that have the glued on eyelashes, I don't really like cuddle them super much because I'm afraid that like their eyelashes will get bent, because I've had it happen before, like if their face kind of like goes into my arm or like my whatever, like the eyelashes get bent. Whereas I find that the rooted eyelashes are a lot more durable because they're mohair. So if they do happen to get a little bent, you just have to kind of apply some water to it and it goes back into shape. They're glued into the vinyl, so I feel like they're a lot more durable. But yeah, ever since I've had reborns with rooted lashes, I definitely prefer them. So that's why I chose to go that route. So thank you so much again, Michelle, for painting him. I don't know if you're watching this, but if you are, thank you so much. He's absolutely gorgeous. And thank you so much, Auntie Angela, for helping his eyes pop. as I like to say, because they just sparkle. And the way that you rooted his lashes are just stunning. They're stunning. And he's just hanging out there on the Boppy Lounger. And as you can see, I have put him in the Paddington Bear overalls that his Auntie Kim sent from, oh, I want you guys to see his face properly. There. From his Auntie Kim from the UK. And this overall set is a 3 to 6 month size. And so it's this light blue overall, and it says, please look after this bear, thank you. It has Paddington down here, it has Paddington Bear in the middle, and I gave him his little Paddington Bear stuffed animal. The onesie is white, and it has navy blue writing on it that says Paddington, and it has like a sandwich and I don't know, like pictures of food or something on there. I haven't measured him like in person, but it says online that the Tobiah kit when finished is 23 inches. And I weighed him on my baby scale with his outfit on, so I mean the clothes probably add a little bit of weight, but surprisingly he ended up weighing exactly the same as Joshua. I was shocked because I put Joshua on the scale and he's still wearing his Peter Rabbit sleeper and hat, and he weighed at 6 pounds 11.5 ounces. And then I put Noah on the scale and he came up the same weight. It was really weird. Because I was trying to weight them similar because I love the way that Joshua feels. But for some reason, Noah kept feeling lighter to me. And I don't know if it's maybe the way I distributed the weight that's making him feel different, or maybe because he's longer and slightly larger that the weight is distributed differently. But he came out weighing the same. So he arrived, the package was delivered April 22nd, but by the time I actually finished weighting him and stuffing him, it was already April 23rd because it was like past midnight. I actually finally finished him at like 2 in the morning because I didn't start assembling him until I think it was like 11 p.m. or 11:30 p.m. But there's issues with his body, or there is issues with his body, and so I had to take out stuffing, put in extra weight, take out extra weight. Like I had to play around with it a lot to get him to the feel that felt good to me for now. So so it took me a long time to get him put together and ready. So he was basically born at like 2:10 a.m. on April the 23rd. So that's his birthday. And as I said, right now he is 6 pounds 11.5 ounces, but that could change when he gets his new body, which I'll talk about a little bit more. But it's because right now he doesn't have weighting in his head, and you'll see why in a little bit. But I will most likely add weight to his head when I get his new body. So his weight may change a bit, and I may find that I might actually take out a bit of weight from his body to compensate for the weight that I'll be putting in his head, because I honestly don't want him weighing more than Joshua. So I'm not actually going to write his weight on his birth certificate yet, because it might change, it might shift. So yes, so this is Noah, and that's basically his story. Oh, there's one part of his story that I didn't mention in his blanket reveal that I wanted to mention in this video. So with the whole like virus thing, I wasn't even sure when I'd be able to bring him home because, or when he'd be able to come home, because I had heard that in the US they weren't shipping to Canada. I can't remember where I heard it. I think it was like in an American Girl group or something. Someone said that they weren't shipping to Canada. So I was a little concerned. So I thought that he would sort of be stuck out there for a while. But we went ahead and sent him over to Angela anyways to get his eyes done. And then as that was happening, as he was at Angela's, I looked into it further and found out that no, that was incorrect and they were still shipping to Canada. However, I have to say the postal system has been extremely slow with all of the virus and stuff. I'm wondering if maybe they've reduced the staff just so that in the warehouses, like, they can social distance. He was delayed, but he was only delayed by 2 days. He was supposed to be here on the 20th, but like I said, he arrived on the 22nd. So it wasn't a huge delay for him. But what was interesting is I prepaid for the custom duties, which thankfully were not a large amount of money this time. I think it was only like 15 bucks for the custom duties on him. But I prepaid because they sent me a notice when he cleared customs and said you can now pay online for the duty just so there's contact-free delivery. So I didn't realize though that when he was going to be delivered, I had to show them the receipt on my phone to show that I paid. And so I was sleeping and I thought I heard a knock on the door, but I wasn't really sure. And so anyways, I got up maybe like 10 minutes or so after and just decided to check outside. And I noticed in the mailbox, there was a notification of like delivery card, you know, those cards that they put in and then you have to go pick it up at the post office. And it said like, they left the card there because I have to pay the duty to pick him up. And I was like, no, I already paid. So I thought it was going to be like another Landon situation where I was either going to have to like go to the depot because I really didn't want to wait until the next day and have to go all the way to the post office to pick him up. And I was like, oh no. But as it turns out, I noticed that the postal truck was still parked on our street. And I was like, I wonder, because I noticed that our mail was also delivered. And usually our mail doesn't come till like late afternoon, but it was delivered. And I'm like, I wonder if that mailman that's currently like delivering mail on our street is the same one that tried to deliver the package. So I got my shoes on, I got my coat on, and I ran down the street, and I just happened to see the mailman going to someone's house, and I flagged him down and I showed him the card and I was like, hey, did you put this in my mailbox? And he was like, oh yes. And he's like, I didn't think you were home. And I said, no. I said, I already paid. And so I just, from a distance, kind of showed him on my phone. And he's like, okay, no worries. I don't have to scan it or anything. And he went and got the package out of the truck. So that's how I got him. So anyways, that is basically all his story and his artists and all of that. And now let's move on to his details. Now I am going to show you Noah's details. So let's start. I'm going to bring you right up close to his face. As you can see, he has these super cute chubby cheeks and they have just the right blushing on them. And he has these cute little lips painted really thinly. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love him and the work that Michelle did on him. But let me know in the comments below if you feel like she could have brought the lips down a little lower to this little part here to give him a little bit of a thicker bottom lip. It's not a huge thing to me. It's just something I noticed. But it does give him sort of a sucky lip look when you look at him straight on, which is pretty cute. Okay, so I'm trying to think how I can bring you closer. Oh, look at that, guys. Okay. Okay. I guess that's as close as I can get. So here you can see his beautiful brown eyes and his gorgeous rooted eyelashes that his Auntie Angela did. It is absolutely stunning. I love how she roots her eyelashes, which is why I got her to do that for me, because I haven't quite mastered how to do rooted lashes on open eyes yet. And she did Joshua's, and I love them. And as you can see the detail on his eyebrows. The way that Michelle painted his eyebrows are so ultra realistic looking. I love the color. I had sent her a swatch of the mohair that Angela would be using to root. It's a Slumberland chocolate brown. I think it's called chocolate brown or medium brown. Medium brown. So, you know, I wanted to make sure that the hair she painted would sort of, you know, match the eyelashes that Angela was going to be rooting, and I think she did a phenomenal job matching them. She was wondering if I wanted her to go a little darker on the hair. And to be honest, in the pictures that she sent me, his hair looked a little bit lighter than it actually does in person. And it's actually the perfect brown color that I wanted. So I'm really happy with it. So let's bring you up close to his hair. So you can see his hairline here. Now, the example that I had shown her of another Tobiah, it wasn't to match skin tone. I actually wanted his skin tone similar to Joshua's. But I gave her like a hairstyle that I liked. And originally the one I sent her kind of swooped down more and went back like this way. And kind of like started like a side swoop thing. So she did it slightly different. She did side swoop there a little. You can see the movement of the hair. But honestly, I actually like this hairstyle better than my original hairstyle idea. It makes him look very boyish, and I absolutely love it. And you can see like it's cute. Like he's got little strands of hair coming down here. You can see like the subtle veins and the subtle mottling and the blue tones. Like, oh, it's amazing. And then I apologize, it's going to be a little dark on this side unless maybe I'll turn his head like this. And you can see his baby hairs up there. And it's a fine balance. I can't go too close because then it gets blurry, and I can't go too far away because then it gets blurry. You can see all the hairs here. And then this is the top of his head. He's just stunning. Just stunning. I love Michelle's work so much. Look at that hair. It looks so realistic. And I have to, his neck squeaks a little when I move it. I think I maybe put it a little too tight, but it's okay. It still moves. There's just these like little, just like wispy pieces. I am really loving painted hair. I just find you can achieve, sorry it's blurry there. I feel like you can achieve more of that baby fine hair. I'm gonna turn him around so you can see the back of his head. Hold on. As I was saying, I feel like you can achieve more of that baby, fine, sparse hair with painted hair. And, you know, as much as I love the feel of rooted hair, I like the no fuss of painted hair. I just love that you don't have to worry about it getting dirty, or messy, or having to, you know, make sure that you keep it brushed, keep it conditioned, like, I mean, all these things. And then it's like, you know, if you want to put a hat on your baby and they have rooted hair, then, you know, you've got a whole thing where, sorry guys, you've got like this whole thing where you have to worry that like you're going to mess up the hair when you put a hat on, whereas like these guys are great for hats. He's got, I'm seeing something, maybe it's just a glare. I think it was just the way the light was hitting it. Anyway, let's move on. So here is his right hand. Look at those nails. Aren't they amazing? And I love this sculpt's hands, like the way that they're sculpted. They are so sweet. And look at, like, you can just see, you can just see the blue tones and the veining in there. It's incredible. And she even has some up in here. I hope that it's coming in for you guys. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? And like the mottling. Yeah, and just like, look at that veining in there. Isn't that amazing? And then he's got a little bit of blushing on his elbow and around his creases. Oh, it's amazing. Okay, let's move over here to his left hand. Look at those nails and the coloring on his hand. Now, it is coming up a little more red on camera than it actually is, and I tend to find that's the case when you try to film Reborns. For whatever reason, especially if you're on a certain color background, the camera tends to really pick up the reds and make them look more red. So he's definitely not that red. So as you can see, his arms are slightly bent. This hand has like some movement happening in the fingers, and this one has slight movement, but his hand is more open. And you can just see, like, even just from this far away, you can see the veins and the blues and purples and the mottling and his elbow. I mean, it's just awesome. So let's move down to the legs. And yes, he's naked because whenever I do the details videos of my Reborns, I like to also show the bodies. And we're going to get to the body because I have a bit of an issue with the body, but we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so here are his legs. He's got pretty chunky thighs. Not overly chunky, but they're chunkier than Saskia's. But it's funny because his legs are very similar positioned to Saskia's. So he's got one sort of slightly bent leg, and then he has a straight leg that has some fat rolls in the knee area. And instead, with Saskia, his foot is pointed. This one is sort of flexed. So, yeah, so here we go. Let's have a look. So you can see all the beautiful mottling. You can see all the, see, she even has some veining up in the leg there. Down on the side here. And that's the bottom of his foot. And there's the other side. And then I can't, it's hard because of the way that the sculpt is. It's hard for me to get the back of his foot, but you can see the veining in there. So there's his nails. super adorable. Here's his other foot. So here's his nails on that foot. They're a little, the light's reflecting them kind of odd. But there they are. And we've got, there's his toenail. And then you can see the veins, like, oh, it's amazing. I love it. A little blushing on the knees. And some more mottling and veining. It's hard to figure out the focus on this thing, but I find it picks up the coloring best. Look at those veins. Oh, it's amazing. Just incredible. And it even has like a little bit of blue in that, you know, that area where like the skin is thinner. I think she did it on this side too, but it's not as blue. And then, you know, she's got the creases and the folds, and oh, it's just amazing. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the body. Okay, so here's his cloth body. Now, it looks nice from this angle. It looks great. It looks nice and proportioned. I've stuffed it pretty firmly, but not so firmly that he can't move, because I needed to do it to help him sit up. And this is the issue I'm having with this body. Okay, so first off, this is the body that he came with. So this would be a custom-made body that came with this kit that was supposed to be used for this kit. This is what I don't understand. Okay, so first off, his butt that's built into this body is a really big old, it's big. It's a big butt. I also just noticed that the fabric on this butt has like, has faded in one spot. Do you see that? That is bizarre. Huh, but yeah, he has a really, it's a big butt, and yeah, I mean, I stuffed it, but I stuffed it to where it would form, and like, because I didn't want it too soft, I want that paddable bum, but man, that is a big butt. Now, the gathered chest, I've never been a big fan of unless it's done properly. I feel like it's done properly on this one. However, sitting up is an issue because, okay, one second. I'm going to put my camera down and try and sit him up so you can see. Okay, guys, can you see the problem here? I'm going to adjust the light. See the issue with this body? Yeah, it's the neck. This is one of those bodies, and I've seen this done before. I've seen these kind of bodies before, and it boggles my mind why anyone would construct a Reborn doll body this way. The neck hole, like where you put the head in, is angled. Okay, so instead of having the opening where you attach the head be in the middle of the body, the back of the hole starts about midway, like where the shoulder is, just around, hopefully you can see, just around the shoulder area. And then the front part of the neck hole ends like at the front. And so what happens is his head wants to automatically tilt forward. And it was even worse at the beginning because I had less stuffing in here and I had weight in his head. I decided to take the weight out of his head. That helped stabilize him a bit. And then I also had to add, like, I have 2 weight bags in him. So I have a big one down in the butt area, the butt belly area. And then I have another smaller bag of glass beads right up near the top here, and that has helped stabilize his head a little better as well, with some extra stuffing. Like I had to really give him a lot of stuffing to make him be able to even sit this way. So yeah, it's like, I don't like this body that he came with. And the other issue with the way that that neck is constructed, I feel like when you want to really like try to sit him up unassisted, see his head really goes down. The body's straight up, but his head just goes forward. And then what you get is a hunchback. Beautiful. So I have, needless to say, I have ordered a new body from Rhonda Scott. She is the one who made Yuki's new body, which is a beautiful body, way better than her old one. She also made the body for my Maisie, because Maisie's body that she came with had frog legs, the side load legs. That Maisie kit does not work with the side load legs. It makes her look like a frog. So I switched to front loading. I absolutely love front loading bodies. Yeah, so I have ordered him a new body. God only knows when it will come, because things seem to be really slow right now with postal services because of the coronavirus. It takes about 7 days for her to make the body and ship it, so I have to wait at least a week. And then she's in Australia, so with all this virus stuff, I have no idea how long it'll take to get to me. I paid extra for expedited shipping or express shipping or whatever you call it, but I don't know how much of a difference that will make. Because he was delayed, and then I have another package I'm waiting for that's way delayed. Like, it was supposed to be here April the 7th, and it is now April 23rd. So it's like, you know what? Like, I don't know. I have no idea when I'll get the new body. So for now, sorry for that. That was the autofocus. I forgot that it makes noise. Yeah, so for now, I'm just going to live with this. So I tried to do the best I could to stabilize his neck so that if I maneuver him and balance him enough properly, I can get his head to stay up and get him to sit. So yeah, so I added as much stuffing as I could, took out the weighting in his head, added more weight to his tushy area, and I weighted his arms really great. I did the method where you fill glass beads to about here. I did it to maybe about here, and then I put polyfill to here, and then I did glass beads to about there, and then a whole bunch of stuffing. And it makes it so that the arm doesn't fly back all the time. So that worked out great. Everything's great. But this body is not great. This body is not great. So he will be getting a new body. But for now, I'll have to make do with this one and just try to live with it. But there's his details. And oh, I don't think I got to show you. There's the creases on his neck, the little neck rolls. And then there's his ear. I don't think I showed those. You probably saw them though, but... So yeah, Joshua has sort of more of like a light brown blonde hair color. This guy's sort of like a medium brown hair. There's his, the lighting is really bad. Hold on. Okay, there's his other neck rolls and his ear. So, yes. So those are his details, and I also need to show you his belly plate. Okay guys, so here's his belly plate, and I almost didn't even send the belly plate with him to be painted because I honestly don't like belly plates. I don't use them. for one thing, they make the doll less cuddly. Second of all, I can never get the belly plates to fit right. Like, this was the same situation when I had my Serenity by Laura Lee Eagles, and like, it just won't fit. Like, I feel like this is supposed to be meet up with this arm and go over the shoulder, but it just doesn't go. It doesn't go. And it, you know, like, it just doesn't fit. So, I mean, it's cute for, you know, a little picture or two with like a little diaper on and have the belly button showing, but that's about it. It'll probably just go into storage. Regardless though, it is again beautifully painted. Well, there we go. There's his little belly button, and you can see the mottling all over. And there is his little nipples. And then he's got some little veining coming down here and through the belly. And yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's really cute. It's really, really cute. I like the look of it. But it just doesn't really fit. It doesn't really fit. So anyways, there you go. Those are Noah's details. All right, guys, so that was Noah's story and details. I hope you enjoyed seeing them, seeing all of his wonderful, marvelous details and coloring up close. Hopefully you were able to make it out okay, and I hope that the correct coloring came across on the video. It's always hard to know. Because sometimes I find that the screen on my camera shows things differently. And then I'll put it onto my computer and it looks different. So I never really know if it's capturing the true color of things, but I try. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any of my videos, and hit the bell beside the subscribe button so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. All right, guys, everyone stay well and stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.